Hey, morning Duncan, morning Susan. This is round number 2. I had some issues in it and I couldn't figure out the fucking software. But at any rate, enough of that. On a positive note, let's get into it. I'm going to use Melissa's bundle for this. No big deal. Anyway, oh, awesome. Cut myself. Awesome. Anyway, you're gonna have to put up with this. This is the first video I've done in quite a long time, so and in an instructional capacity, it's the very first one, so it's gonna be hits and misses, and I'm just getting down and dirty. I'm aggravated a little bit with the software issues. But anyway, to get into the deal with the pipe ceremony, Duncan, the pipe you currently got is a personal pipe, and being such, it's just that, it's personal. The down and dirty of it, as far as dedicating the actual pipe, we will do that when you actually get here, and it's not really entailed. There's some different things that happen with a personal pipe versus a ceremonial bundle that's carried for the people, which you and Susan will create with me when you guys get here. And I've got the stone ready to go, and I'm working on probably for now what I'm going to do is I've got a couple things on back order, and I'll be notified when the options are ready for me. I've got the option of either a pine, sumac, or an oak stem, and so I'll see which one's available, which one looks the nicest, and which one this guy that I use for creating them, because he does custom jobs for me and then sends them out to me when I need them. And it's a relationship I've had for about 15-20 years, and I can do it myself, but too time consuming right now. And anyway, so let's get down into it. For you and the personal pipe ceremony, first and foremost, I'm going to walk you through it as though I'm doing it without actually doing it. So I don't have a smudge pot going. I don't have a few other things going. You set up your altars, whatever that may be it with crystals, feathers, your medicine bag, whatever it's going to be. First and foremost, you take your bundle out. You offer it up. Bring it in. Offer to the directions, ancestors of the area that you're in. Ask them to come and join. The next thing you do, and I'm not actually going to do it, as you take the pieces out, the bowl is always in your left hand, the stem is always in your right hand. You then take those two items up, you hold them up, make an offering, and you ask for permission. Is this a good time? And you wait for an answer. Connect the bowl and the stem together, place them down. After, let me back up a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. After you've taken them out and unwrapped them out of the bundle, smudge everything off, each individual piece. Once you put them together, smudge them again. And in each step of everything up to the point where you're actually loading the pipe, you want to keep everything smudged, keep the energies clean. First and foremost, then after you've connected the bundle, connected your pipe, you offer it up, offer down to Mother Earth, the directions, north, east, south, and west. North is the place of buffalo, east is the place of eagle, south is the place of coyote, and west is the place of bear. Last but not least is the ancestors of the area. Place her down, and then at this point you'll be getting your tobacco pouch out and starting to get your pinches together. Each pinch you can either just hold it up, hold it to your heart space, touch it down to Mother Earth, whatever feels right for you at that moment. That's how you do it. There is no right or wrong. First round is your calling in portion of the ceremony. That is where you're calling in all the elements that you want to be there with you, the ancestors that you want, specific teachers that you may want, calling in the elements, the four winds, the four directions, Mother Earth, Grandmother Moon, the standing tall ones, the winged ones, the creepy crawlies, all the elements from all the different realms you call in. And for you, probably as well, it would be your grandmother, as well as probably Odin and a few other entities which are not specifically related to Native American, but there's no right or wrong here. From there, your second round is prayers for yourself. You need to do, because you have to take care of yourself before you can do the work that's necessary for doing with others. Obviously, you know that that makes sense. Round 3 is your prayers actually now for other people and other things that are going on, be it family members, whatever. Being that it's a personal pipe, you're probably not going to actually wind up with that particular pipe that you currently have being going out and asking people or having them join in the ceremony. This is a private matter between you, Creator, and the pipe. And as you're with this bundle, it will be, that bond will become stronger and stronger. This too, I know that you already are aware of. The last round, which is round 4, is your releasing round, and this is done prior to you actually smoking it. And that is where you'll set your prayers for the good of all and for the intent of the pipe. At that point, you're then ready to light her, smoke her, and do your prayers and do your meditation, whatever's called for that particular thing. This is what I do know from this particular bundle that you currently have, is it is a warrior's pipe, but it's from the healing perspective of the warrior, not the out there and get 'em warrior portion of it. This is to bring that all into balance. And there's some things that I'm kind of getting off screwed up, which is typical for me, because when I'm not actually in ceremony, it's different. When I'm in ceremony, a whole different part of me comes into play, and the healer, teacher, and all that's all that comes into play. Just talking about it, it's a little bit differently, so you'll have to excuse me, but there is no right or wrong here. Above, below, northeast, south, and west, ancestors of the area. Calling in portion of it, prayers for self portion of it, prayers for others portion of it, and then for the good of all is the last portion of it. And at that point, that last part is where you get, it's like if you forgot something or you want to add something to it that you feel that is really your pull to, add it to the pipe with tobacco pinches at that point. Your pipe is pretty small and it's got a pretty small bowl. You load until the pipe is basically full, and at that point you're done. If you're gonna, it's gonna be a few minutes before you get ready to smoke. Take a sprig of sage, tear off a leaf, cap the top of the bowl with the leaf. You're gonna set it down, cover it over with a cloth or whatever until you're actually ready to actually smoke. And as you're smoking it, it's your own personal choice. I tend to not usually inhale the smoke just because that's just me from that, because I don't necessarily, especially if it's a public ceremony with public people and prayers for other people specifically, I don't want those prayers going into me, though I can do it that way and channel it. There is no right or wrong. You can either inhale and blow the smoke out, or hold it in your mouth and exhale it and let it out. As you're letting it out, generally what I do is I put the smoke up, I put the smoke down into the directions, the ancestors of the area, and you just go through it. There is no real right or wrong. There is a different protocol for the People's Bundle, which you and Susan will create with me when you guys are here. Again, there is no real right or wrong here. Certain groups and certain diehard AIM activists and such like that, Arvel Looking Horse, he would have an issue with some things. Fuck him. This isn't about him and what's for him. This is about what's for you. And what the Lakota do versus what other tribes do are completely different anyway. And that doesn't matter. I apologize. This video is all over the place. Obviously, I'm recording in the bathroom. Not the ideal setting that I would prefer, but it's the best lighting and where I can close myself off from the noises of the house and everything like that. So I'll run through this again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. If I did, I apologize. I would like to recommend also a book which I think you might find interesting. It's not very long. I forgot the name of the guy that wrote the book, but the name of it is Breath of the Invisible. It's not very big and it's not very long. Another one I would recommend, and again, on this one I forgot the title of it, but the writer of it is Ed McGaw Eagleman. And that's a little bit more entailed, and I'll see if I can remember and look up the title of the book and write that to you later. Another one that's really good, which you might find from a philosophical point of view as well, since you've done work in the past and were an active member in the church, the Catholic Church. You might find this interesting. I believe the writer of this one was Eric Stoltzman, and the name of the book is called The Pipe in Christ. In paperback, it's black. It's got a little design on it. It's a little bit more in depth, but it talks about this priest. He was looking at what was similar between the Catholic Church and Native American spirituality, and where those two roads connect together, instead of looking at the differences of things. And it brought a very interesting perspective, I think, that you would appreciate. That being said, and I know that I'm screwing this up a little bit because I'm not actually in ceremony, but let me see if I can tap in a little bit here. One sec. Above, below, north, east, south, west, ancestors of the area. Loading the pipe. I'm calling in everything that I want to be with me in this ceremony. I call upon the standing tall ones. I call upon the creepy crawlies, the finite, the winged, the four winds of the four directions. I call upon the red eagle. I call upon grandmother moon, etc., etc. Next round. I'm in this ceremony. I'm requesting prayers for my own healing, my own clarity, my own pathway to be shown, to clear away the difficulties of my life in this moment, in this place, in this time, etc., etc., etc. I'm asking for prayers for others. I'm asking for that which they need, that which will carry them through, etc., etc., etc. And last but not least, I call in all those things that I may have not mentioned that wish to join in this ceremony, be with us, and be at this time. May this be for the good of all. Ahom Matak Yasin. Now I'm ready to smoke. Light it, smoke it, go through it. Again, the bond between you and this bundle will get stronger and stronger. I'm sure you're already aware of that, and sure you already know that from other teachings that you have. And again, I apologize not being in ceremony. This is always a little bit more difficult for me, but hopefully this should give you a rundown. As far as the actual dedication goes, what you basically would be doing is be outside, be out in place in Mother Earth where you're not going to be disturbed for a little while. Again, you dedicate the bundle to above all the directions. Smudge everything, smudge the bundle. Take her out, lay her out. At this point, she's going to be laid out on your altar. She's not going to be connected. And this happens when you know the actual dedicated purpose for what this particular pipe, this particular bundle is going to do. That doesn't matter. The protocol is the same whether it's a personal bundle or if it's a people's bundle. The dedicated use, dedicating what this purpose of this pipe is.